evening, good evening, good evening. It's Ruth Marques, your favorite realtor. Welcome to the Ruth and Relationship Show, late night edition. I am your host, Ruth Marques, aka your favorite realtor, aka your favorite credit specialist, aka your love negotiator. I help men and women get into quality relationships that lead to quality families, that lead to quality communities, that leave quality legacies. Let's build. Today's topic, age ain't nothing but a number. Ex Marques Houston. Age ain't nothing but a number. And I ain't nothing but a thing. So what I have for you, it'll never change. All right. So we can't play songs. We get copyright strikes. All right. So I just want to talk about the frustration, as you will say, like intimidation across the nation, because I'm Haitian. Women don't like this, men. Women don't like when you gotta do that. If you're black girl, you gotta. All right. Women don't like when guys date younger girls. They don't like it. They don't like it. Women, family, whatever, right? So the problem is, it's just like, what, why you pass me over, right? And so I say to my women, don't be jealous of younger women. If you can't beat them, join them, right? You can't beat them, join them. See, when you're in your 30s and your 40s, even in your, I wouldn't say 20s. Nobody says a 20-year-old's older in any stretch of the imagination, right? But when you're middle ages, right? You can be, you're gonna always be older than somebody, and you're always gonna be younger than somebody, right? So instead of limiting yourself, I have a whole journey that I want to talk about. Instead of limiting yourself to a certain age, a certain demographic, a certain kind of person, your type, my type, which ain't working. Whatever's working is working. Whatever's not working is not working. So, hey, if you're on here, say hi. If you're watching this on the replay, hashtag replay. So, if it's not working, sis, if you're not finding what you're looking for out there, sis, you need to go and change. Anybody ever been on a date nap and you were like, I just don't, you just want to, I was like, at this time, I'm going to go back around and I'm going to change a couple things. I don't want to travel too far. I bring it a little closer. I don't want too young. I'm going to bring the age a little higher. I don't want too old. I'm going to bring the age a little lower. Nowadays, things are a little bit easier, women, right? So why is it that with the tools and the technology that we still can't find the people that we're looking for? Why can't we? Why? Because listen, we are at the age of the internet. Hey, he says, good evening, beautiful. Hey, Anthony, good evening. How are you? Thanks for the roses. Oh, I get two today. Hi. look, we noticed. Hey, 1908. So it's like, you have YouTube, right? You have the internet, you have Google. You could be rich. But what's the problem? It's too much information out there. You don't know where to look. You don't know who to trust. You don't know what, so when you get somebody good, right? When you get somebody good, you kind of trust them and listen to what they have to say and all of that stuff. Hey guys, how are you? Hey Instagram, how you doing? Hey Henry. So we have to learn how to use the tools that we have to get what we want. Okay. Use the tools that we have to get what we want. Now, let me tell you about my journey. Okay. First, can I yell at my kids? Can I have your permission to yell at my kid? Deja, Aaliyah, come here right now. Okay. He's potty training. Okay. You won't take him out and go handle, please. Thank you. He's about to go in and create a whole World War III. Thank you. Please take him out. Call Deja. Call Theyre. Look, he go to the go-to move like, you can't pick me up. I'm gonna drop my no manual tonight. All right. So we have all this technology and we can't find the so-called woman or man that we're looking for. You know why? Because we need a little expertise behind it. We need a little strategy. You know what I'm saying? We need a little strategy because when I started this journey, I was like, there's no way y'all gonna convince me to get on these apps. I'm not doing it. Right. And it was because of the show. And one of my clients, my actual you see what I'm saying? Somebody guided me who what had success at doing something. Come on, black people, tell me something. You got to find somebody that has success at what you have wanted to do. And my clients who bought a home for me this told me that he found his wife on the app. And I was like, well, that would work for you. Cause you the dude. And then I was like, no, Ruth, you're making excuses because if she was the perfect woman for him, that means a good woman was on the app too. And I was like, oh, don't make excuses, Ruth. Just do what you do. Thank you. Hit the like button. Thank you. So if you really want to support, go to YouTube and hit the like button there too. All right. So, and give me some views. So, I adjusted my strategy so that I could, but before I did that, I had to adjust my mindset. Number one, when I realized that I am a person who is of limited, I said this yesterday, my situation. Oh wow. What I say? Why they end me? Anyway, I got kicked off of Instagram. I can only, do so much because, I have children. So I can't be just dilly dallying and act like I'm going to fly out here and fly out there for love. I can't do that. I ain't going to do that and I can't do that. And it's okay. Right? Give me 1 second. Mention you. I can't move around. I can't move around. So I was like, I got it. I don't like driving too far. So I had to make the adjustment in my mind. Okay. So my point in saying all of that is if you guys adjust your mindset, sometimes you be like you a dude because this is why I don't hate on the dudes because it's like, bro, if that's the girl, like if all the girls your age, listen, this how hypocritical. All right, I told y'all, men can be hypocrites and judgmental, but guess what? So can women. When are women hypocritical and judgmental? Anytime a dude chooses a girl. Oh yes, we got a lot to say. We got a whole lot of something to say, right? We got a whole lot of something to say. Oh wow. Y'all really acting up Instagram. You don't like me today? Okay. Oh, do you think because I was singing they cut me off? Mm-mm-mm. Well, I'm back. So anyway, so we'll see what happens with that. Let me turn the phone off and on. Sometimes it be like that. Sometimes anything can happen live. He says, Anthony says I've been catfished, scammed on dating sites, red flags popping up everywhere. Number one request was for money. Of course, I backed away from them. Oh, I ain't say it wasn't those scammers. There's big time scammers on there. It's big time scammers on, but it's also people that are busy and don't have time to date, mingle, find somebody. They don't know what they're looking for. So you have to use a lot, not a little bit, but not this amount of discernment, but that amount of discernment. You gotta be smart, right? A lot of these guys, listen, shout out to the guys, yo. Theyre was like grilling me. I just can't take this no more. They was grilling me like, how many kids you got? How many baby daddies you got? What you ever married? Like they was asking all these questions. Like when men do something, okay, much respect. All I could say was I really feel uncomfortable answering these questions. But one thing I must say, right? One thing I must say is when men do something, you could tell when they're serious about it. If you weren't serious about it, then why would you be asking me so many questions? But the guys that's playing around, they ain't got no questions for you. So I was like, don't be offended. I had to answer, okay, this is what happened. The reason why, listen, this is on the messages. They grew me so bad. And look, listen, I got an ego. I got a big ego. Oh, that's a huge ego. Listen, it's not that I have an ego. Hey, Instagram, welcome back. It's not that I have a huge ego for having ego's sake. It's just the fact that I know what it's like to deal with people that's cold market and warm market. And I just prefer people that already know me a little bit. That's why I was like, I put so much work in for y'all not to know me and to just be like treating me like a stranger. Anyway, long story short. There's always a long story here. I'm sorry. But when you like it, right? so anyway, yeah, it's good people on there. It's good people on the apps. You just have to, like I said, be like those guys. Be like, what's your mother's maiden name? They're asking hard questions before you even got on the phone with them. I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. They're like, we're not finna feed you, woman, until you ask us these like these hard questions. So maybe you were being too nice to them, Anthony. Maybe you got to grill them a little bit more, okay? So it's nothing wrong with it. I'm not mad at the guys, but it'll turn some women away if you ask them too much personal questions. And like, and how many baby mamas do you have, sir? And it was always, well, I don't got no kids. They just thought all the guys with no kids. Let me just rag on y'all a little bit, okay? Y'all just think kids, y'all had no kids, that y'all better than everybody, okay? I got something for y'all tonight. I got something for all the guys of all the ages, okay? I'm gonna let you know what I really think about you tonight. And it's not the good ones. It's only the bad ones, okay? You know how you feel. Ain't nobody bad. No, the bad ones. All right. So, women, you don't have to be jealous. Men, do your thing. If you want to date a woman that's slightly younger, I didn't say go date a kindergartner. I didn't say that. If you want to date somebody, because one thing for sure, right? And this is how I know what I know what I know. When you get to the point where you see younger people doing the same thing older people are doing, you be like, I'm on to something. Because I remember being in my grade. Anybody remember being in middle school, high school, and girls? What did you think about the guys in your grade? What did you think? What did the women think about the guys in their grade? Did you like the guys in your grade? No, you never liked the guy in your grade. The only guy y'all liked in y'all grade was the guy that was the most popular guy. And he was the guy that was playing all the girls. That's it. Other than that, y'all ain't like none of them. Everybody, I'm just being honest. So that means women are naturally attracted to guys that are older than them, and guys are naturally attracted to girls that are younger than them. Okay, you just have to know the cutoff, like when she's too young. But apparently, some of y'all don't know, and about to get to that. So if a guy wants to date outside of it, if you feel like all black women rejected you, listen, sir, just go ahead, do your thing. Whoever you find to love, we're not mad at you here at Roots in Relationships. But give the sisters a try. Give us some time to grow. Give us some time to deprogram. Give us some time to learn another way of living. Okay? Don't be mad at them. They were taught this stuff. This is programming. Okay? If you look on TV, that's what they teaching them. This is what they teaching. Whatever you see, this is what they teaching them. All right. So they just have to learn that it's not working. Once they wake up, they'll change. Don't worry. So don't give up hope, fellas. Please don't. Yo, they was going really hard. By the way, another side note, they was going really hard. Some guys really don't like dating out of their race. They're like, yeah, we play with them, but we don't want to marry them. I was like, ooh, it was private conversations. These Facebook groups is real. Anyway, so let me say a disclaimer, okay? There's a disclaimer going on here. I talk to a lot of people for business purposes. My team talks to a lot of people for business purposes. So we talk to people over the show and things like that. So there is a misconception that, you know, women that, look a certain way, they always get attention, so they can't focus on one person. That is not the woman to worry about, depending on who she is, if she has good character. Because that girl, I remember back in the day, me and my cousin, we used to, one day it stopped phasing me. And we were like, when I say we were young, we like 12, 14, beep, 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 getting beeped at. Oh, Right? She let it get to her head. So what I started doing to her, I was like, yeah, 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 talk to her. They're like, no, we want to talk to you. I was like, no, talk to her. She pretty too. And then she was like, oh, because as soon as somebody be, leave me alone, it phased her. It got into her head. So I was like, bet. I was like, at the end of the day, we young girls, I ain't got time to be talking to the guy that's driving a car. I was like, I ain't got no time. So, so I was just like, you got it, sis. She was like, wait, why do I got it? Now she first she liked the tension. Now she's like, wait, why you don't want the tension? So after a while, you get used to it. So I wouldn't worry about them. Now, story time, story time. This guy was 67, and I just said this on the show. So that's kind of where the original thought came from. 67, and you should have saw his face. I didn't know he was 67. I was like, maybe he could be in 50s. I mean, he looked like a grandpa. But 67, and when I told him I was 37, I get the face. I told you, I get the face. It's 37. Like, that's not even possible. You got any kids? Really? I said, "Oh, you thought I was 27? Gotta get that a lot." And it's like, "Yeah." So, sir, you was 67, and you thought I was 27. You thought it was a great idea to come over here and try to get my number. Okay, great. So that means when you were 40 years old, you would have been at my in my nursery. Come on, somebody. You've been 40 years old at my nursery talking about that one right there. Yeah, she the one right there. That's gross. Sometimes age, the gap is too far. Okay. If you can, if she's your granddaughter's age, my friend, if she's your granddaughter's age, my friend, you need to chill. Okay. So here's what I have gathered for women these days. Okay. This is the modern man. Okay. All right. Modern man. So this is my opinion, and my opinion, my opinion, and my opinion alone. Don't be mad at me. This is what I think. This is what it is. It's based on my experience. And whether I'm mad or not, I don't know. But this is my opinion. Okay. So don't be mad if you're this age. If you are mature, you probably don't fit into this category. But let me tell you about these ages, okay? So, and all women are not the same. So you can have a 24-year-old woman very mature, and you can have a 24-year-old woman that's very immature. And you can have a 47-year-old woman that's very mature and a 47-year-old woman that is very immature. Okay. So, in my experience, and I'm 37, um, I've dated a young girl one time. Okay. One time. And I mean, they can have the build of a grown man. This is the problem. The build of a grown man. They act like a grown man. Everything seems like a grown man, but in the back of their mind, they still little boys, right? They're still younger men. Now, the only thing I would give you for the younger guys, because they seem some of them just like, oh yeah, I just want to be with an older woman, blah blah. But that's not gonna work like that. I think the older woman gonna get burnt in that scenario, because you take on the mama role, eventually. It seems like they want to get this, but it's people that's 30 in their 30s that's still trying to get somewhere. 27, you have no idea where you're, like, unless you've been building something for 10 years or something, you still don't know like what you want to do yet, right? So now, the exception to the rule would be a romaine. I don't know if you watch Selling Sunset. Marry and romaine. Guys from another country, I will give you that. I will give you that. That will probably be a better younger man. There's guys from different countries, that different cultures, they would play a better role as a man. But in our culture, in American culture, there's this thing of you're sowing your royal oats, right? Thank you. Welcome to America, right? And it's been around. It's not that, but they're taking that time as a young man to like figure out, like, be get experience. Now that new experience has turned from 18, maybe 14. Let me make it 14, okay? Because some of y'all fresh. You know how I know they fresh? Because I got a high schooler. They fresh. They take from 14 to 44, 30 years of sighting. Come on, somebody. I wish I had the sound of girl. Girl. 30 years of sighting, y'all. This is what y'all doing, guys. I ain't got time. I thought Surely by 40, they'll get it out their system. Now, every guy's not like this. Come on, guys. Y'all know everybody is not like this. Clap, sound effect. There we go. I'm going to work right now. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to take my time. Yeah. Even if I'm wrong, I'm going to take my time. Let's see. What we got? All right, let's see. We got that. I'm a little bit. I'm the student. Please forgive me. I'm the student that does her homework in class. Horrible. I just thought about something I did on a day. I was like, I didn't do that. I would do my homework in class when it's due. Like it's doing 5 minutes. I'm doing it. I'm coming 5 minutes early. Only time I'm coming early and doing my homework in the middle class. So forgive me. Please do. Please do. Please forgive me. All right. We got one sound effect. Let's work with that. Now, where were we? Oh, okay. We're talking about younger guys. So I don't think it's a good idea for women to date a younger guy. He would have to go through his whole phase way he would have to like get girls. Like, you know what? I get girls, right? I'm not impressed. I did that. I've been there. I've done that. You know, it used to be like that back in the day. And then they 25 and 30, then they get married. But it's not like that no more. Y'all still confused at 40. Y'all still confused at 45. Y'all still confused at 50 and 55 and obviously 67. Come on, somebody. All right. All right. So, Aaliyah, Deja. All right. I might have lost Instagram, but we'll see. Audio. So now, my age. Okay. So younger is a red flag, ladies. And you know what? The reason why I think that younger, and it's my opinion, is a red flag is because if the man is supposed to be the leader, how is he really going to lead you? Right. This is where the Romaine and what's her name again? Kathy or something like that. Whatever. Her name was whatever. And she went and bought a $2 million house. And he couldn't do nothing because like she got the money. She got the money. She went and spent $2 million. She put an offer in. I don't know if she bought the house. But she's gonna make big moves without him. And she didn't check with him because why? Because she's older and she feel like she know better. The dynamics are shifting. The dynamics are changing. For women that think that men should be the leader, I don't care if you think, listen, you can be like, listen, my man does 51.49. Like I'll give him the extra one. You know what I mean? You still let him lead. You still doing things for him. I was watching a panel and a lady was like, oh, I'm an independent woman and my partner, we do 50-50 and da-da-da-da-da. Running her mouth. And the housewife girl was on there. She was like, I don't care. I work for my man. I do this, all this stuff. And she's like, I support my man and this and then the third. She's submissive. And soon it came to the bills. What did Miss Independent say? He was paying the entire mortgage, the entire rent. He was paying all the rent. What was the split? I'm so glad they asked the question. What was the split? Miss O, I'm not listening to him. This is what happens, y'all. This is what happens when I used to be so, y'all still come at me so bad. Like, Ruth, why don't you like 50-50? 50-50 is petty, for one. And that's for a woman that's not feminine, right? If a woman is feminine, and she's giving you her femininity and her submission, and then you want her to go and pay the bills, what's going to happen is she's going to drop that femininity and she's going to have to step up and pay the 50% that you want her to pay, but she's going to have a lot more mouth, period, because it just don't make sense. So when you're not 50-50, then you should be like, oh, you know what? I am paying the rent. The guy, he was even like, oh, he's paying the rent here. Like he's in essence, it's his house. Ooh. If you know how to piss a woman off, just start saying something is his house. But I'm paying for the groceries, and I'm paying for, it's almost all the same. It's not almost all the same, man. If you're paying 30%, 30 and 70, it don't add up. Well, you don't know your math. But why? Why do women do this? They want to say, oh, he's no better than me, but I want him to pay the mortgage. Oh, you thought money wasn't going to play a factor. Okay, that's fine. You stay right there. So she has, Miss Independent was like, you know, we're partnership, and we do everything together. But baby, where you at when that rent got to get paid? She ain't nowhere to be found. She said, oh yeah, I didn't. Next thing you know, she was making her man food and all this stuff. Like, girl, bye. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. We put on this front because we don't want to look bad. We don't want to look like we cater to our man. And it's okay. Relax. All right. So I talked about younger men. How are they going to lead you if they don't have life experience? How are they going to lead you when you're always ahead of them in life? See, this is the problem with women. My dad used to always say, "Oh, you're so naive. You're so naive," and that was like, this is probably the worst thing he could ever tell me, is that I was naive. But then I was like, you know what? He's right. And when I look at everybody around, I was like, maybe this is naivete, right? So basically, we could be a little naive and thinking like, oh, this is gonna work, this and then the third, and then next thing you know, you don't respect him like that, and then he don't think you that feminine, and you're not softening him. You over here arguing with him because why? Because you're paying more of the bills and you know better than him. It's nothing worse than being with somebody and you're smarter than them. Oh my God. Oh, sheesh. It's hard. So now you have to acquiesce to a fool, right? Well, everybody's not a fool, but sometimes they full-blown fools. Okay, I've been with fools. Act a fool. All right. So that now, so dating younger is not for me. If you want to do it, go ahead. If you want to cheer the ladies on, let me tell you something about social media. Y'all want to be like, oh my God, that's so cute. Yes, girls, nothing wrong with it. But you didn't, when people haven't been in long-term relationships, you don't know what's gonna work and what's not gonna work for 5 to 10 years. You don't know. So you just cheering something on and you have no proof that it's gonna work. Be careful. So now, guys your age, ladies, guys your age, fellas, women your age, the respect level, y'all gonna be like friends. Y'all can be best friends. Y'all can relate to each other. You know, y'all listen to the same kind of music, maybe whatever. You have a lot in common because y'all the same age. But it's like that woman, women feel like if they go to school with you and you're in the same grade, like she did all that she can do, and then what's she gonna do? Y'all the same level. She want the guy that's a little bit better than you. Ouch! Ouch! Woo 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 woo. She want the guy that's better than you, older, finer. You're not. Why? Because they want something slightly better. Slightly better. Wait, y'all the same age. But what she got? She got looks. She got her femininity. She feel like I could do better than you. Why would I get somebody on my level? Most of the time people say on my level, it's because they tried the higher level and they couldn't get on the higher level. Tell me when I lie. Please tell me when I lie. Replay watchers, tell me when I lie. It's because you went to the higher level and it didn't work. So you said, I at least want somebody on my level. Act like you, if you said you want somebody on your level, tell me before you said I want somebody on my level, did you not try for a guy higher than your level? Yes, you did, ma'am. Yes, you did, ma'am. Because the women want the highest prize they can get too. Didn't work. Now I want someone on my level. But you took too long, sis. Now he wants something. Now you don't let the young Jones develop. Okay, you better grab him right out of wherever, out of college, out of that promotion. You better grab him because we don't respect people our age. How do I know? She said you were on early tonight. Okay, yes, ma'am. I'm trying to get them before they go to sleep. I got stuff to do. Hey, Keisha, how are you? Guys our age, Keisha, are they not? They just when you were younger, okay? When you were younger, guys your age, you were just like, I think I want to do a little bit better than you. That's why they were mad. Guys, when they were younger, young guys can attest. They're not getting as many guys. I mean, they're not getting. Young guys don't get as many girls as girls get guys when they're younger. The tables turn, right? That's what they telling us, right? The tables turn. So she said, this is true. And if they're on our level, we was not checking for them. They was in our grade. We got the same job. Y'all be looking at the guys at your job like, I could do better than you. I'm so glad I got this clipboard and not smacking my thigh. I could do better than you. It's not something we're trying to do. It's natural for us to try to go up a little, one more notch. Remember the husband store? One more notch, just a little bit more, just a little bit. You gotta have a little bit more swag, a little more, fresh haircut, nice pair of sneakers. We just want that guy. You gotta drive a nice car when you're older. Just that. All right. So guys our age now, when we get older and they catch up, that's different, right? Now we want somebody our age. We're not really dealing with people that's younger than us. For the younger part, you gotta hit rewind. But now, so guys our age, let's say to my age, right? I don't even have like, I can't even tell you. Like I was like, I usually date, like if I was in a relationship, I dated 4 years. I swear everybody I was in a relationship with is weird. They're all born in the same year, 1980. I've always dated 4 years older than me because it just was more comfortable for me. But I learned a lesson that it's not about the age, it's about the maturity. So it took me a very, very long time to realize 4 years older, it's not going to cut it. And y'all saw the evolution of Ruth because I was like in the middle. I don't think it was in the middle of a show, but getting prepared for a show, I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll go a little older. Okay. I don't know if you saw that or not. But I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll go a little bit older. Because in my mind, I was like, it's not a day in hell I'm going over 42. I was like, nah. Or I thought 45 was old. But then I'm looking, I'm just like shaking my head, like, when the light bulb go up, I'm like, y'all just, y'all just somewhere else. We don't relate. I don't relate to them. Okay. So here we go. Because at 37, right? And then when I started actually talking to 37-year-old guys, I was like, you don't, this is what you're gonna do with your life. This what you're gonna do with your life. The guy was like, he said, I got 2 jobs. I work at Target and I work at Macy's. At least I'm out there doing something. I was like, first, the fact that you even at least I ain't in the streets. I was like, at least if you had to start with at least, you already know you messed up, sir. All right. They still trying to play around and they're not serious about their career. So career women are just like, bruh, you didn't even pick one yet. Yeah, you so behind. And the guys are clueless. They're like, why don't you want me? I'm like, I don't know, sir. You don't focus on work. You're still chasing girls. I don't know. Maybe that. So 39, 40. Oh, this warning, 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 warning. Do not, ladies, date a guy. Hey, thank you for the likes, guys. That is like 38, 39, and he's itching, 40's itching. Something about a man with no kid and no wife, and that 40 mark hit. And you might not, you like, we don't even look good together. We don't relate. Be careful, especially if he's Caribbean. I ain't gonna throw everybody under the bus. If he's Caribbean, right? They get this thing in their head, by the time I'm 40, I want to be married with a kid. But I asked the question, I said, so are you going to be faithful to your wife? What? Watch it, ladies. They decide, they like, oh, I didn't think that far. So you're being like the girl that just about to turn 30, like, I have to find a husband before 30. You're doing that at 39 just to say that you got a wife, but you know you're gonna cheat on her? You think you're doing her a favor by getting her a ring. Something you want. Women, be careful. It's out there. I heard it. It's there. All right. So you have to match maturity. Okay. Match maturity. So that's where it is. So now, so what I discovered, you only discover this when you're talking, getting to know people. 41 to 45 for me. So that was like, well, I guess it's the same age for everybody. They think they're kings. I'm sorry, but y'all let's talk about it. All right. You're 40. You finally got the job, promotion. You've been at the company for 20 years now. You just think you the man. You may be a supervisor, a manager, your business taking off. Finally, you've been hustling. You realize like you got to get yourself together. Why would they now get married when they finally can afford to trick on women? They finally can afford to take her somewhere. They finally can afford to go on trips. They finally got their own crib. Finally bought a house. They finally no. They still think they hot stuff. They're at their peak. They're not at the financial peak yet, but they're like, listen, it's looking pretty good over here. Those were the interrogators, the 40 to 40, 41 to 45. I was like, bro, y'all, I can see it. Or they wherever they are in life, they're like, you gonna accept this because I'm the man. What's your resume say? Let me see the resume, sir. Resume to me is like, okay, how did you treat women in your past? What have you done in your career? What have you done? Like, show me you can work hard. That's it. Show me you can work hard. You work hard day and night. Show me you can work hard because one thing about me, you can't you got to work more hours than me. It is what it is. I just don't like lazy people. All right. All right, so 41 to 45, they're getting their money right, they're getting their mind right, and now they feel like they can have girls on rotation. Now they realizing girls like the salt and pepper in their beard. Come on. Am I lying, y'all? 41 to 45, yo, they still little. Okay. So they don't think that highly of women. Okay. So now 45 to 55. Okay, it is just my opinion and just my experience. Tell me if you think I'm wrong. Now, this can change, ladies. If the guy is mature and there's a relationship dude, none of this applies, right? If he's always been in a long-term relationship, none of this applies. But these guys that's in it still dating, so the reason why somebody can be 45 and 55, because first of all, our culture tells them to get married later. So we're telling the women get married in their 30s, get yourself to financially together, which they almost never do because they spending it on purses and shoes and trips. Okay. And then they're like, you know what? I need a man. Right? They finally like, you know what? I want to be with somebody, right? Thank you for the hearts. And the guys get it a little bit later than that. So late 30s or early 30s, the one black girls want to get married. Black guys were trying to get married like late. I just the first time I start hearing it is late 30s and then early 40s. Or maybe they want to hit that 40-year-old mark and they want a wife and all of that stuff. Are you gonna be faithful to your wife, sir? I don't know. Be faithful now. There's always gonna be guys that's 20s and getting married and will be faithful to their wife their whole time. That's fine. Um, But yeah, 45 to 55, I can trust them now. Now, here's the thing. I was like, maybe 45 is the age. And then I got into a petty argument with the person. I was like, you know what? That's old enough to be like stuck in your ways and not changing your mindset and be like, my wife is you should have heard. Oh my God. All right, y'all think I'm lying. You should have heard these people. Oh my gosh. They would treat a pretty girl like she's an ugly girl. That's how many options they feel like they have because of apps, and they just was like, well, you don't want to fit my program, then blah blah blah. And I was just like, you know what? 45 is just getting there. but they're looking for a wife, but they're gonna be super picky on finding a wife. Okay, super picky. They know themselves a lot better. They played the field enough, and now they're looking for a wife. But they might be still a little like, oh, now that I want a wife, they say they married and not the like if a girl is like all the way up there in the scale, then that's who they want. But I don't know. 45 to 55, they're slowing down, they're getting married, all that good stuff. Y'all can prove me wrong, that's fine. But this is my opinion. My opinion. But at any age, if they're 30 plus and they get money, oh, they gonna be king. If they business start popping off, oh, what? Next. Okay. So you have to look at somebody's life and where they at, and if they've experienced enough and got it out of their system. Okay. Somebody just like, I'm still in my whole phase. I'm like, nigga, like, how you in your whole phase and trying to get married at the same time? Pick a struggle. All right. So now we're gonna talk about okay. So then well, I didn't give you the 50s. To me, in the 50s, just for me, I feel like I had better conversations. I had more mature conversations. They were about their career. They knew what they were doing. They had experience. They could teach me something. And y'all remember I said on the show, I was like, well, I need somebody that knows like their industry or knows about business, can teach me something, because I like to talk business a lot. And I don't want to be like, I'm telling you this and I'm telling you that, and then you have nothing to bring to. Like, people like to be poured into, one another, not just one sided. So it's like, y'all didn't even, I was like, I don't care, like whatever he does. I took all of that off the table, and I was like, it doesn't matter what he does. I'll be open. But like I said, the 50s, they was all right with me. Yeah, early 50s. But there was a cutoff. There was a cutoff, because just like the guy said, he's like, by the time I have if I can't have no kid now, with the 67-year-old the other day, he said, if I have a, he said, by the time they get in first grade, I'd be dead. I was done. So that's the only problem is, when the older they get, they don't want no kids after that. They're like, listen, I'm done. All right, even if they didn't start. So now Marques Houston, okay, Marques Houston, um, I think I should just play the video because I don't want to say too much. Did y'all hear that he was dating that girl? He's having a baby. All right. This is what I want to point out about before this guy goes in the video and give you the receipts. Because this guy was talking to her and she was 16 years old. I do the math. If she's 20 in 2022, married, having this baby. They met 4 years ago. She would be 16 years old. 16 years old. At some point, my friends, they are too young. How you 40 and you are dating a 16-year-old girl? This doesn't make sense to me. Now it's going too far. I don't care about the age difference. I care about the maturity in the girl. If I feel like, one of the girls was like, oh, well, if you hit 24, because women have to get it together much faster than men. So if you hit 24, and I thought about it, I was like, you know what, 24, 25, I more so knew more of who I was, what I wanted to do. Like, everything in my mind was straight. Like, I want this, that. I was 20 and I didn't really know myself. I should have never got married at the age. Or I was already married and had a baby at that age. So that's what I was saying. Like, me going through the scenario, I was like, bro, like, why didn't y'all shake me? Why didn't you shake me? Right? Because you lose a lot. You don't even have an independent phase as a woman. This is why women coming out of marriages nowadays, because they got married too young, and now they don't know what it's like to be on their own, to have their space. I was just watching Tamara's show, a clip from her show, and she said the two people, they got married so young, they did everything for their parents. Now they're living in separate homes. There's going to be a phase where you just need to be by your damn self, where you need to have your own space. I say it's great laying diagonal. Women like to, isn't just me, I like to lay diagonal, okay? Like, we want our space. So I was like, dang, I gave up. I was like, I just want to divorce you because I can lay diagonal again. You start to resent the person because, like, dang, let me live. all of the fun and all the magic without out of their relationship. So they was like, look, we're gonna just live in two separate places that did everything backwards, but it's working for them because there's a point in time where y'all both have to have your own space. This young girl's not getting that. She's not getting that. When we're young, we just see marriage, baby. Listen, I was 14 wanting to get married. This is the problem, right? And we think we're so grown. And then we get into grown up situations that we cannot handle. Anyway, moving on. All right, let me show y'all the video. Let me pull this up real quick. Cash App is Ruth the Realtor. Do y'all agree? All right, so we got to share this video. Hold on a second. Dang, girl, you changed the time one time. You forgot how to do everything. I forgot, y'all. I forgot. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Share the video. And we don't even need to talk about R. Kelly and Aaliyah. Like, sometimes, guys, because, and my thing is, like, people are congratulating them on this baby. And I'm just like, why? I mean, it's not why, because don't be happy for them, but it's just like, where's the morality anymore? I don't really understand what y'all doing now. Where's the morality? And then he had a good point in the video too. He's like, y'all didn't even share with the world, what's going on. So listen up. I don't want y'all to think I'm lying. It just get to be too much.
Second, Mia chose the name Zara because she felt like it was exotic. There was no special reason, says Houston 40, as he told US Weekly. Dickie 20 on Wednesday.
Now, a lot of women will say you don't date much older. This is why I try to stay away from much older. But one thing I will say is, and I'm about to get into it, there are benefits, there's pros and cons to dating somebody older, right? And women are finding dating an older man a better choice for them. That is a natural level of respect there because they know more, they experience more, and so I think that is just a maturity thing. Like, if you could find somebody your age that's mature, that could happen as well. But that's what these girls, they're ready, they're young and they're ready to get married, and they're looking for somebody, they're looking around their age, and they're seeing that the guys are out here playing around. They're not ready to settle down. So get somebody that is ready to settle down. When you're ready to settle down, that way you can't be sitting there waiting for somebody your age. You'll be waiting forever. That's crazy to me. So you have to adjust. Remember when I said adjust the parameters on your age, on your thinking? Use the technology and adjust your thinking to be like, you know what? Let me at least try. But now let me say this about the controlling part. A lot of guys do date younger so they can control and manipulate their woman. I feel like if she doesn't volunteer her submission, then you should not force her to submit to you. You should just allow her to be her. But a lot of women don't want to submit. They can feel like, oh my gosh, he's controlling me, this and the third. And I think it's hard to do it when somebody that has the same exact life and same life, same circumstances, same problems, same set of issues. Nothing's different. They're supposed to be the leader. That's almost like you and your coworker. Come on, somebody. You and your coworker, right? Your coworker are in the same, y'all start at the same time. Y'all been at the job for 5 years. Y'all make the same amount of money. And one day somebody says, that is your new supervisor. What are you going to say? Oh, hell no. But you wouldn't have minded if that coworker was 7 years older, been there for 7 more years than you, and now they know how to handle customers. They know the job inside and out way better than you do. Then you be like, you know what? Maybe I'll listen to them. Because they're not, you don't feel like that person's on your level. You feel like they're a step above you. So it's easier. That's all I'm saying. It's easier to hear somebody talking and it makes sense. It's easier when you're not fighting over little petty things sometimes. All right? So
she just wanted our girl to have a memorable name that wasn't the average name. The actor and R&B singer admitted that being a new parent feels surreal for both him and Dickie. It hasn't set in yet. We are actually not just babysitting one of our ex-boy band member went on to explain that because he and Dickie met at a Jehovah's Witness convention, they had God's blessing. All rumors about me, none of it is true, he continued in his Instagram post. And that's the story. No twist, no turn, no scandals, just true love. There is nothing that can come to light because there is no darkness in my life.
He about to break down to you how this man is lying. He's lying. The girl's 16 when they started talking, and he about to prove it.
It's been 6
She's
months.
gorgeous. She is gorgeous. She is gorgeous. However, watch it now. When y'all getting them all young, watch it now because they're going to get a little older. There was a little saying that these Haitian guys used to say, there's like, well, if you go get, because they're like, I'm going to go back to Haiti and get a wife because the girl's hair, I just can't take it, right? So they're like, well, if you go get a girl from Haiti, don't bring her around American girls. Haitian people tell me it's a lie because she's going to end up being just like them. Okay, like I was like, ooh, I couldn't say nothing. I'm like, well, maybe it's happening. I can't tell a man that everything he went through is a lie just because I think it's a certain way. That's your life. How am I going to tell you? And more than one person said the same thing. I see them when they. I see them. The wife is all nice and quiet and meek, and next thing you know, a couple years later, just a little bit more, and they're like, "Damn it! Why did I bring her in this thing?"
Mia Houston ties the knot with actor and film producer Marques Houston, who was first introduced to the world as a member of the world-renowned boy band Immature, under the tutelage of manager Chris Stokes. Houston transitioned to acting in the mid-90s with his first. It wasn't his professional life that had thousands of people talking about him on social media in June 2020.
Ooh.
Instead, it was
your career was not popping, sir.
Can somebody please explain why Marques Houston, a 30-year-old geezer, is engaged to a 19-year-old girl who he allegedly knew before she was 18?
Period. See the braces? Y'all see the braces? He knew her before she was 18. Now, here's the problem. Here's where he messed up. When you're dealing with somebody younger, she posting stuff on her social media, okay? She posted stuff on her social media to incriminate Shoy. She don't know. She don't know that she just gave up the proof.
The post went viral with more than 40,000 replies, and Mia Houston, now his bride, had remained silent about it until now. Rolling Loud sat down with the Houstons to finally set the record straight. Everyone wants to know who Mia Diggy Houston is. Where did she come from? Why did she marry a man 19 years older than her? Where are you from, and how did you meet Marques?
It's not so much I have a problem with the 19 years, it's how young she is. How young she is. To me, 20 years is pushing it. That's a whole nother human being in that time. People can handle it. But the fact that she's so young, and I was okay. Like, I'm like, listen, this is this man's life. But there was other guys like, you better not say nothing about her. If it was a woman, I was like, what? If it was a woman, y'all be clapping. It's like, no, it's not okay. This just like the teacher 40 years old, and the student, they get married, and it's 19 when they're 18 years old, when they're engaged, 19 married, 20 having a baby. You'd be like, that teacher needs to go to jail. That's what you would say. Not because one is 25 and one is 30, the youngest is 25, the youngest is 30, and that add the 20 on top of that. No, because that younger person, you can manipulate somebody's mind. You can know the game better than them, right? And if they didn't live their life, like, let the person live their life, and then decide that they want you. If they decide they want you still, then bet. Let it happen. But not even 21 when they started talking. I would have gave him that if he was 21 when they started talking. She was 16, my friend. But age ain't nothing but a number. That's what y'all say.
Mia's response. Well, I'm from San Bernardino, California. Both Marques and I share the same religious faith. We met casually in a group setting through a mutual friend at at our annual district convention of Jehovah's Witnesses. Now, just a quick side note, I've stated many times that Chris Stokes' daughter is the one who introduced Marques and Mia. But was Chrissy Stokes, the daughter of music mogul Chris Stokes, the mutual friend? Mia answers, yes. I initially was with one of my girlfriends, and we saw this pretty girl, which happened to be Chrissy, and we just went over to her like, hey, let's be friends. We have formed a close friendship since that convention. We go on makeup shopping sprees, and we now have our own YouTube channel. She's amazing. So who just walks up to
guys? Let me tell you. You got charger on me? Thank you, boo. Shout out to Deja, who let us use her charger before my phone died. Thank you. Instagram, thanks you. So I did not see people say grooming, okay? All right, let me. Oh, she got the lightning charger too. People say grooming, okay? That's when an older guy grooms a younger girl. Now, we had this problem with Pastor Jamal Bryant. This is what got in my, I don't want to say my hair weave, my underpants. It was bunching up. I was very upset. Like, what? Young girls? I feel like we should have a young girl police. Like, let's just put them on trial. Let's put them on black people trial. This is not what we need in the community. We don't need this, sir. Y'all can't wait till they get to 21. Leave them alone. I know why they said it, my pretty young thing, and I wanna love you. Pretty young thing. You need some loving. Y'all dancing to it. It's what I know he said it, but dang, don't do it, sir. Let her turn 21.
That's pretty. As another female, it's just like, hey, you're gorgeous. Let's be
friends. That's what I was gonna say. I had there are predators out there, because this happened to me, who will, I didn't think a girl would do this to me, but she kind of egged on a bad situation because she was related to him. And then, I was like, why would a girl do this? And I was like, she has no integrity. Like, this is crazy. Yes. So when people want to see something happen, they will, you have people around them making it happen. Now, you don't know if that person is manipulating that person to make it happen, but it was crazy. It happens. So I can attest to a girl trying to lure this other girl in so Marques can get to know her, and they have this, they have a reason. Oh, I only, yeah, that's how she around. Y'all hang out all three, and it's really just y'all two.
Friends. And the girl is just like, yeah, sure, totally. Let's hang out and just be the best of. No, that does not make sense. So Maya is trying to push this narrative once again that she had no idea who anybody from the Stokes family or anybody from Marcus's family or Marques himself, she had no idea they existed until this district convention of the Jehovah's Witnesses, which could not be more of a lie. Maya was there because she was already friends with Chrissy. So them trying to push this narrative that, Marques never knew of Maya until, the Jehovah's Witness convention, because at that time, Maya technically would have been 18.
You see, the thing about social media, okay, because I looked at Facebook and they was like, 11 years ago, y'all be forgetting y'all posting stuff. And if this girl is talking to him, her stuff can go viral like real quick. You can't take it back. It's not like, oh, I take it back, nobody saw it. Oh, y'all just act like nothing happened, like I don't. No, ma'am. We saw it.
Years old.
There's no hiding from social media.
She could have been 17 at this Jehovah's Witness convention. Let's not forget that Marques was dating Maya at the age of 18. So therefore, he could have been dating her prior. And with this proof here that I'm going to show you on the screen, clearly Maya already knew who Marques was. Now let's get into the breakdown, because I like a good receipt. So I stated that Marques knew Mia before Mia.
The connoisseur pretty much almost on my mind. Now, ladies, Okay? Ladies, you know my man Usher. You got it bad. When you're on the phone, you hang up and you call them right back. Hey, you got it bad. It's a day that you spend your whole life so okay. No, you got it bad when you're stuck in the house. You don't want to have fun because they won't let you out, sis. Oh. Speaking of that, I've been through that. What have you not been through, Ruth? Anyway, this girl was sitting in the house. She was sitting up in her room and she was saying all of these messages. You'll always find a way to melt my heart. You're a grown woman and you go through this. Imagine you're 16 years old. Imagine how bad you got to have it, sis. That's the worst. The crush, your crush, like we grown, we get a crush, it comes, it goes. It's like, get over that guy, right? But you 16? Y'all might as well be married. You might. Ladies, no? Okay.
To make it seem as if at this Jehovah's Witness convention,
this is why it's dangerous.
Chrissy Stokes allegedly introduced him to Mia.
I swear I couldn't love you more than I do right now, and yet I will. I know I will tomorrow.
If you look up at this screen right now, Mia Houston have posted these posts between the ages of 15 and 16 years old. Mia Houston has braces, if you pay attention.
Watch it.
The video. When Mia and Marques were public, Mia's braces are gone. So if you look here at this photograph, this is when they first started, publicly dating, and Mia has no braces. So with Mia braces being gone, that's letting you know that this was prior to them dating. Marques Houston states that he never knew Maya. Before this Jehovah's Witness.
Look at them braces. Dun, dun, dun.
Here is proof. Look at Maya sitting at this table.
He just proved it.
Houston. She has braces. Her having braces means you knew her between the age of 15 and 16.
But he said he never knew her. So if he never said he never knew her, then it wouldn't be it.
Who was Maya hanging out with? Chrissy Stokes. Who was she allegedly living with? Chrissy Stokes. When Maya went missing.
Jesus! The girl went missing. Listen, this girl. What is the Oregon Trails we talking about right now? Do you see the dress? She was a Jehovah's Witness. She had a long skirt on, t-shirt, Oregon. What is this? What is this? I'm not mad at Jehovah's Witnesses, but listen, a lot of people say certain things, certain religions mess with your mind and makes you more pliable and vulnerable and susceptible to somebody else manipulating you. Okay? So, this is what I heard.
When no one has heard from her, she is still listed as missing in Oregon.
She's still missing.
Mother still
crazy
has no communication with her daughter. So although her mother lost custody of her to her grandmother, because that's where she was allegedly going to live, she ended up being placed. And she ran away from foster care, allegedly, and then she pops back on the scene, engaged to Marques Houston as an 18-year-old. Who paid for her braces?
Who paid for? He got me on that because I just put another daughter in braces. Okay. Who paid for her braces? Who paid for her? That's crazy. Who paid for her braces?
And took her to the appointments.
Y'all think this okay?
Who did all of that for Maya?
If you ain't got no mama, grandmama, you ran away, somebody's paying something. You pretty girl. Y'all know how the story goes. Who?
As a minor. Who did it? Who paid for it? She didn't have a job. Nobody could find her. She's still listed as a missing person.
That's crazy.
I don't know about you, but when most people are pregnant, especially their first pregnancy, they shout it to the rooftop. They're constantly posting pictures. They're constantly talking about their pregnancy, constantly talking about the baby showers, maternity pictures, all types of stuff. But with Mia Houston, it seems as if she skipped over all of that throughout her entire pregnancy. Pretty much, it was a secret, and I'm assuming that it was a secret because Mia and Marcus's relationship, especially at the beginning, was a secret.
All right, now for that one's a little speculation because at the end of the day, celebrities are not gonna put their business out there and oh, I have a baby. That's what regular people do. They just pop up like I'm pregnant because they didn't want it to be in the blogs and all that stuff. Guys, what do y'all think about this? Surviving Marques Houston? Oh my gosh. It's a little young, bro. It's a little young. I was told I say bro a lot. I do. I do. I accept it. Guys, what do y'all think about this age gap? If you're going to be mad about it, this is what you'd be mad about. Now, there was a girl that said she's married, maybe dated a 50-year-old and she's 37. 37, and then I looked at her profile, her kids are graduating high school. You live life a little bit. You know what you want. You can decide whether this person has a good character or not. Okay? So, I don't know. I really can't. I really to me the whole thing smells fishy. It does. It does. All right. So I think that's where if we're gonna be upset, be upset. But I've seen guys be like, oh my gosh. Yes. Marcus, do it. That's how you do it. I'm like, that's not to be celebrated. Keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Now, this girl here, moving on, this girl here has dated an older man, okay? And I'm not mad at I just don't be mad at people, I guess. Right? Because you never did it and you said I will never. It doesn't mean it doesn't work for some people. Right? The ages I'm seeing is 10 to 15 years seems to work out for the women. Right? I wouldn't suggest a older we as women, let me say this. We as women always want equality in every situation, even when it don't make sense. I'm gonna say it again. We as women want equality in all situations, even when it don't make sense. It doesn't make sense that your leader is younger than you, okay? Your partner, whoever, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't make sense. Would you let your kids lead you? Would you let the kids pay the bill? No. No. You're older. Remember that you're older as a parent. Okay? So I'm just saying. So for some women it works. And I just want to say, like, just when you on the app, just slide the bar a little bit, 5 more years up. Whatever your top limit is, maybe try 5 more years up. Now, one thing I will say is it's about character. It's not about age. It's not that every older guy is going to have great character. No, they can be older little boys. Okay. However, maybe they have learned, they grew. You see it a lot, and you see it a lot for a reason. That older guys and the older guys and younger women dynamic. Okay, and I used to think it was like, oh, why men are so mad when a woman can't do that. If a woman does it, everybody's mad. It's like, but if it's something that's going to be detrimental to her, I have to put my woman side to the side and say, ma'am, I care about you, not how it looks to the woman community. I care about you. Are you going to be happy dating that younger man? And is he going to be happy? If he can't be faithful because he got, pee on the brain, because I don't want, like, I tell the girls, like, don't hold these young guys up. If they want to go run the streets, let them run the streets. That ain't got nothing to do with you. Let them do what they want to do. Then you decide. You could decide later, like, I don't think I want you. You could decide that. But let them be free. But you don't hold them up. Oh, no. If you don't date me right now, then no. Just let them do what they do. Because then they'll be ready. Then it's like, if somebody comes along later on and y'all in a relationship, he's like, I already know what that's like. I'm good. I already had a gorgeous girl. I already had this whatever thing he likes, right? Or wanted to try, right? They want to try all the rainbow flavors. We don't want to do that, but they do, right? Some of y'all do, women, but I ain't gonna talk about you. Not gonna talk about it. All right, moving on. So I have another one to show you to let you know.
Let's start with the good first. I'm gonna go ahead.
So she has the pros and cons of dating an older man. What I want to do right now, is I want to widen the pool of the women because men are open. One thing I get of men, they are open. Okay, men, y'all are open to different races, different ages. They're open. They're open. All right. So, but women, we like, we gotta have this and that. And if it's not this or that, we don't want you. We're not looking at you. We don't want you for nothing. But if we keep staying in this very slither of a possibility of a man, then we may not find. Meanwhile, the guys, their net is this wide, and us, our net is this small. Imagine all I could do if I wanted to sell a house or buy a house. I only deal with $500,000 homes. That's it. $500,000 homes, not just in Philly, but just in Elkins Park. That's it. That's my whole career. That's it. What if they don't like me? What if they say, we don't like your blonde hair, Ruth? Okay, you're a black girl. Let it go. Hey, Henry. If I kept my slip, all I want is this right here. Meanwhile, all the other realtors are just going back and saying, "Ooh, where am I really selling? Let me find out where I thrive." And I'm just like, if it's not exactly $500,000, if it's 501, I'm not selling that house. You can have it. That doesn't make sense, right? Cast a wider net, ladies. It's all Henry says. It's always the older men that want younger men. Just like the older men want younger men. Okay. Older men want younger men, like younger women. Older women do like younger men for physical pleasure. However, is he going to be the man that you need him to be when it's time to leave? So it's not so much, what she's going to do. She's going to be paying some bills because he ain't got it. She's going to be the man in the situation. So that's why we're saying, like, this one, we don't want to win. We don't want to win this one. The one we want to win the war. We don't want to win this battle. I'm telling you, ladies, we don't want to win this battle. Go ahead. If you want to go date a younger man, go date a younger man. Tell me how it goes. They be stepping to you, girl. I'm like, bro, that was nice. I'll be looking like, I don't want to be a pedophile. You have nothing to get me started. Just D. Get out of here. I'm good. Yeah. So yeah, I don't sweat those younger guys. Okay, that's all they got. They slinging D like if their life is dependent on it. And then after they were done with you, they go into the next girl. If you want to live your life like this, ma'am, that's on you. You can like what you like, but it has to work. All right, here we go with this lady. Don't be doing this low volume thing. I'm about sick of this. All right, what I'm gonna do. This is so annoying. I'm sorry, guys.
So they're more experienced in life, obviously, because they've lived quite a few years more than you.
I'm going to work with this video because I'm not a quitter. She said that older guys, these are pros. Older guys have more. They know much more. Like what's going on. They live through a lot more events than you, and they know a lot about what's going on in the world, which is true.
They're also more experienced with treating women and taking women out. They tend to know how to.
They're also more experienced with treating women and taking women out, being chivalrous. They old school. We like that. Ow. Sorry. They know how to treat a lady. And that's what I said, like younger guys they have a lot more like, I ain't doing nothing for a B. Like they got the female. You never a woman, little things. You know, they don't pull out the chair and they don't do certain things, but women like that kind of stuff. You know, we just don't want to be manipulated by it, but we like it.
They know it doesn't work, so. And obviously, they're going to be a lot more experienced sexually, which is always a good thing. I feel like
She said they're going to be a lot more experienced sexually. So.
with younger men, and I was actually watching another YouTuber talk about this. With younger men, they tend to only care about.
They're selfish.
Younger men tend to only care about getting themselves off. They don't really.
That's it. They're selfish.
What the girl has going on.
No.
Older men, it's like that's their main goal. That's their main priority. Is they want to make sure that you're.
All right, peripheral women don't orgasm during sex. So if you don't do the other stuff, then you know you're not really the guys. Younger guys are not concerned about keeping a woman satisfied and all that stuff. They don't care. They just want their number.
That you like what's going on, that you're satisfied, that you're happy, that you're not just laying there like bored. You know what I mean? So yeah, older men they tend to be a lot more experienced in life, and like I said, that encompasses a lot of different things. And yeah, so personally, I like that dynamic.
Unfortunately, the other day I got sucked into a long behind conversation. But one thing I did learn was, I mean, the guy was like 56 something. I was getting a sign off of a property, and he was like telling us the story of this and that and the third, and everybody in the block and all that stuff like that. But then in the story, it's like he knew everybody. I'm like, do you know the mayor, sir? Do you know the mayor? They know everybody at 50 something. And I was like, yo, I remember back in the day. Like older people know everybody, okay? They know everybody, right? They know a cop, they know this one, they know that one. And I had to tell somebody, I was like, my parents told us that we not allowed to have friends, but they knew everybody. They had a lot of friends. I was like, yo, y'all know everybody. Maybe they associate with them, but they knew everybody. All I had to do was say, they're like, oh, you hair shine? It was like, oh, you Haitian? Okay, where's your mother from? Oh, okay. If you just say that what town your parent was from, they know your parent. It's like, oh my gosh. Y'all know we in America, right? Y'all know that?
Because it's always nice to have someone that you can go to who knows what they're talking about when it comes to certain situations. So like for example, my boyfriend, he's teaching me all about stocks and taxes.
All right, guys. This is when I beat my chest. King Kong ain't got on me. This when I beat my chest. Didn't I say? Didn't I say? When I was saying what I want, I was like, I want a man who can teach me something. This young girl just said, she's 24, by the way. Or 25. She said that her man teaches her about stocks. Young guys, if you want a beautiful girl like her, you have to have substance. You know why younger girls are not choosing younger guys? It's because, hey Tasha, hi, how are you? Thank you for the birthday song. I loved it. So you know why younger women like this are not choosing the younger guy? Because they're still chasing skirts. And they have not put their time in to understand things like taxes and stocks and things that's going to make her more disciplined. Now that we're making money, we need to have, as women, a higher level conversation. If you can't teach her something, how are you going to lead her? Do you know how we get the best leaders? Do you know how we get the best leaders? Best leaders go ahead of us and do something. If you cannot go ahead of the woman and do something, then what do you got to do? You got to cheat and go down in age, because that girl's not going to think you're great. She's going to think you're amazing. But the girl your age is going to be like, nigga, I know the same thing you know. What? Kids, close your ears. Tell me I'm wrong, guys. Where's the lie? Where's the lie?
Things like that. Things that I have no idea about, that I didn't learn in school, that I probably wouldn't know if it weren't for him. Or like when a problem arises, instead of me panicking, I know that I have someone that I can go to and kind of sit me down.
We love to run our problems. Not our problems, our scenarios. Okay. Women, we get decision fatigue. You know, some women, they want to run everything all the time. They stress themselves out. But I'm not that girl, because I have a whole business, a couple. So, we get tired of deciding what new thing and what. So when we what we don't realize when we get older, information is everything. information and experience. Okay, so I can give somebody a referral and say, okay, go to this person for that. Right? When you're getting that referral from that person, from that friend, oh, who's the best realtor? Your favorite realtor. You know me, right? When you're getting that referral, that person's already vouching for that person. So now you're not dealing cold. You're not putting yourself on the line. You're like, yo, you have a good reputation because the person I trusted, they trust you. Now you can get that benefit when you're dealing with that older person. Okay, guys, if you're gonna be the older guy, guys, listen too. So if you're gonna be the older guy, like establish yourself and try to know a little bit about a lot. That's what I try to do. I try to know a little bit about a lot. Therefore, I know what direction and who's the expert in this. So if I have a more detailed question, I know where to go. I know what exists out there, and I can go down that rabbit hole and get the exact answer that I need. But I don't just take my one thing about black people, what they're gonna do, they're gonna take advice from people that don't know what the hell they're talking about. Okay, that's what they're gonna do. Somebody that has not studied, somebody that does not care, they just running, popping off their gums, didn't do no research, didn't talk to no people, not learning and growing in the space. I just told you when I first started, I was thinking one way. Now that I got more information, more research, talk to more people, my thought process has evolved and it will continue to evolve. But if I'm over here just spouting my opinion all the time, it's like nothing's going to change and I'm going to say the same thing. So you know what I'm saying? So that's how you know people are changing because or growing because their opinion starts to evolve. I would have had a problem like, no, I would never date an older man because they know too much. They're gonna win game on me. No, nigga, the same guy that's the younger guy. The younger guy will run the game on you because they could be younger than you, but they have way more partners and made way more experience in dating than you. They can know the game and life. May guys be ahead. Shut up, boo. Don't say it. The girl's gonna be mad. All right, girl. I don't want y'all to get mad at me. But guys be knowing about how things work a lot more than we do if we can admit the truth. They know how these things work. We have our specialty, they have theirs. Let me keep going. Or they get mad at me, girl.
They tell me like, hey, this is how you approach this, and this is how you fix it. If you are a returning subscriber, you probably already
subscribe to my channel, Ruth Marques. Please, thank you.
And if you're not a returning subscriber,
how do you guys like this topic so far?
So my boyfriend, he is 25 years older than me, and I just want to say that this list isn't necessarily reflective of our.
She say 25. I got a limit. 25 years older. If I'm Lord. Oh my gosh. All right. I would give her that because 50 is like right there. Still could be attractive, working out, doing his thing, still got some years in him left. I got you, sis. But me, myself, and I is what I got to the end. It's what I found out. And I told my I don't think that 62, like that's too much. That's too much. That's too much.
Relationship, I was just kind of, like writing things down. He's not the only older guy that I've dated, so this is kind of like a summary, if you will. So another pro of dating older men would have to be that they are mature. And not to say that that means that they're like sticks in the mud or anything, but like they know when to turn it on, when to turn it off. They know when to be goofy and when to be serious.
That's a thing that women don't think. They think that the guy's going to be super serious, but they want to have fun. Like women are here for peace, pleasure, getting their mind off of life. They take their life very seriously and they're going to be silly with you. That you bring out the silly side. That's when the guys say, "Oh, you keep me young." All right, so they want to be disrespectful tonight. I see. Instagram crashed again.
Just for an example, like me and my boyfriend went to the movies a while ago, and there was a group of, I want to say that they were around my age, maybe a little bit younger. It was 2 guys and 2 girls, I'm pretty sure. This was during the previews, and there was a guy that was in the back, and every single time that a preview would go off, and there's like a little cute 2 seconds of silence, he had to yell out some obscenity. He had to. Just had to because it was completely quiet and he felt like that was the time to be funny. And I don't know, maybe that's just me being a prude, but that is so annoying to me. And I personally could never date someone who did that because I can't take you nowhere. I know I can't take you nowhere. We're not going to the movies because you're not about to be doing this, not me. I dated a guy, he was in his 20s, he was about 4 years
You
older
see
than me.
how her tone completely changed based off of how the guy was acting? If he was acting immature, you're not about to do this with me. You did it. The respect level goes out the door if you're immature. I'm gonna say it again. The respect level goes out the door if you're immature. She's not gonna talk to you like she talked to her 50-year-old boyfriend. Absolutely not.
And he was very goofy. He was very funny, like genuinely funny. But sometimes it was like overly goofy, and I wouldn't always like participate. I wouldn't always laugh. And I remember he used to be like, "Oh, well, you must not be in a very good mood, sweetie. I'm
I hate that. Just because somebody laugh at you.
And that kind of leads me into my next pro is that
every guy is just because they're young doesn't mean they're all goofy and silly though. So it just depends on the person.
Be a lot more emotionally developed.
Shout out to the young guys out there. We like you guys. We just don't want to. Y'all do y'all and we do us. How about that? Okay. Shout out to y'all.
Because as we all know, men mature a lot less faster than us ladies do. So when dealing with
and why do I say that? Because if you ask them about marriage, they act like you are trying to send them to jail. But a grown man doesn't run from responsibility. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you breathe. I'm gonna let you let that simmer. It's true. So you can't be mad when the woman don't want you because you don't want this. You don't want the same things as her. Okay. Now older guys can be immature too. But for the majority of part, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready.
Older men, you're dealing with someone who's either on the same exact wavelength as you are, or they're going to be a little bit higher. And because they're kind of in tune with their emotions, it's a lot easier to have conversations. I feel like there's a lot less fights that occur. And when fights do occur, it's easier to talk them out and kind of communicate.
Right. So yeah, that's a big thing. Like you have to be able to communicate in a way that is respectful so you can get a result and then kind of brush, like you can go through hard topics and talk to them when somebody's mature. They can be immature and younger, trust me. I talked to a 60-year-old something guy and I just forget shit, kicks and giggles. Baby. She gonna get to it. Super judgmental. That was the skirt to your ankles. Sir, my skirt was never to my ankles, sir. Why would you think he was gonna change me? Yeah, he was a very like, yeah, he was a grandpa. He's grandpa status. I'm not grandpa. You see what I'm saying? 25 years, that's what you get. I'm sure all of them not like that, but he just wasn't a cool dude.
Mind games that I feel like you get along with my generation, I would say. So the next problem dating older men, I would say, would be that they are very chivalrous. The older men, they tend to be a lot more old-fashioned. They open doors for you. They bring you flowers.
Why we gotta call them old-fashioned though?
Plans for dinner. They pick you up. You know what I mean? They do all of that. And honestly, I think that most girls want those things, but we've kind of come to grips that in this day and age of society, that doesn't really happen as often.
That's really sad.
It's kind of far and in between with our generation, at least. That's my opinion, though. Yeah.
Now let me say this about chivalry, okay? Now it's chivalry is more so like taking care of your woman and doing things for her. It's not simping like, oh, if you see my show, what was it? Dang it. Oh, because I'm here to you. If you see my show, let's see what we got going on. Which one was the nice guy show? Let me see. I gotta pull up my list and leave it on my screen because apparently I gotta go through this all the time. What show was it, child? Making Space for a Relationship. That was 147. Men Holding Men Accountable. That's 146. Do men or women have more options? That's 145. Can a man be a pick-me? 144. There you go. Can a man be a pick-me? Check it out. 144. 144. 144. 144. Can a man be a pick-me? 144. Hey, 144. I talked about the nice guy syndrome. Okay? I talked about the nice guy syndrome. I don't know what's been going on lately, but I've been getting confessions that this is actually happening. which is great for me because it solidifies what I know, believe, and trust. It just was a confirmation. Okay, I call them on the ish now. I said, "You nice guy syndrome, me? Get out of my face!" I'm joking. Okay, I'm okay, but it's true. You know, it's true. It's crazy. If I'm gonna get a Patreon together, and I'm gonna tell you the details. You're gonna have to wait for that one. But it did happen.
Guys that I've dated versus the older guys that I've dated. Like my current boyfriend, he gets me flowers. He opens up my doors for me. He makes plans. And then I think about
Makes
the younger
plans.
guys that I've dated.
Look at her
They
face.
never held the door open for me.
Look at her face. Wait. Look at her face. She's like, I am upset about this. You dirty bastards. She's like smiling. Oh my gosh, my older boyfriend. He did all these things for me. You younger guys, y'all never did nothing.
The younger guys that I've dated versus the older guys that I've dated. Like my current boyfriend, he gets me flowers. He opens up my doors for me. He makes plans. And then I think about the younger guys
disgust.
that I've dated.
Ooh.
They never held the door
Ooh,
open.
disgust.
They never made any plans. Like it was never like that. It never ran that smoothly. Yeah, you ladies know what I'm talking about. The chivalry it's just not there. Oh god. I hope no one sees this, but they're not gonna know what I'm talking about. So. But if the shoe fits, how you wear it. If the shoe fits, wear it. That's what you did. Alright, so this is gonna be my last pro, and it's kind of just to sum everything up. Dating older men, you will find yourself being very, very secure. Secure in yourself, secure in your relationship. They tend to have their shit together, so they tend to be educated.
What do women want? Security.
To be established in their jobs and in their cities. And they have very in-charge personalities, you know what I mean? So I found that when I date older men, things tend to run a lot more smooth.
They have in-charge personalities, meaning she can lean into her feminine energy because the man is handling things. She doesn't have to worry. She doesn't have to check. This is the part where women are like, I don't want him to leave. You don't have to check up behind him. You don't have to be like, this is the next step. He already know the next step. He already doing the next step. Sis, calm down, back down, slow down. Sit back. What else is there to do? Let me go back to looking good. Because, you know, this is what we do, ladies.
I don't run into as many problems. There's a lot less pettiness.
Less pettiness.
Yeah, I think women just tend to be a lot more secure, even within themselves. They know who they are as a person. They know what they have to offer. And they don't try to be something that they're not. Okay, so now
they don't try to be something good stuff. She said it's cons now.
Okay, so the first and most obvious con of dating older men is that society is going to judge you, and they're going to judge you very, very hard. And this is exactly how it's going to go. So it doesn't matter if it is a man and a woman, man and a man, woman and a woman. It doesn't matter. The younger one is going to be a gold digger.
Give me mine. I ain't saying she a gold digger. I'm in need. She ain't messing with no. I'm in need. Yeah, she's a gold digger. What does gold digger mean, though? It just means that this person is at a higher level than you. Y'all don't know the details. Y'all just assuming. You're just assuming. Right there, y'all just giving away the secret. Right there. If he was on the same level as you, he's making the same money. Because he's older, automatically he's making more money, and she's the gold digger because she want to practice hot polygamy. Hot polygamy. She trying to level up. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, she has no choice. You over here, you can get somebody that's going to help make you feel secure, or you can deal with the people they feel like either if they have something that you came and you're trying to take this away from me and I want to have 10 girlfriends, you're taking away my dreams. Well, she really doesn't have a choice at this point. She doesn't have a poor choice. If she can find a man that wants a relationship with her, then it's fine. She's probably going to prefer him having his ish together. There's nothing wrong with that.
Going to be manipulative, they're going to be controlling, and they're going to be a predator.
All of us automatically. Now, Marques Houston's a predator, okay? Sorry, he's a predator. Because if we were talking about grown women in your 25 to 35, right? And up, right? We could be mad at it. We could be like, dang, why he didn't choose me? But at the end of the day, you can respect that. But when people's like borderline 16, 18, that's the predator. Okay, that's the predator. So I'm just trying to do this so women could be like, you know what? Yeah, he's dating a younger guy, but I always had the option of dating an older man. And I've always, hello, women, stop it. You always had the option of dating a older man. How many of y'all in high school dated an older man? How many of y'all in college dated an older man? How many of y'all in the workplace dated an older man? I don't care if he's 1 year, 2 year, 5 years. He was older. I gotta go, y'all.
That's what society has been. So I found that it's very 50-50. People either really just don't care and they're cool with you living your life, or people care a lot and they want to tell you their opinion about your relationship or what you have going on. So for me, it's really easy to just shut out strangers' opinions because they're not in my life, they're not acquaintances, they're not friends. Other people's opinions only affect you really. Or if people tell me that my boyfriend is manipulative, I can only think that that's a projection and maybe you're manipulative, or maybe you're dating someone who is manipulative and you think that that's what's going on.
You know what? Some women have a good head on their shoulders. My heart is just melting for these young girls. Thank you, young girls, for showing me. I used to be young. I was 34 and I was young. And then the doctor told me at 35 I was old, but I'm not old. But I appreciate the maturity of the younger woman because I know I was younger and I was mature. Like I really was. I was really trying to be committed and dedicated and hardworking and all that good stuff. And I haven't changed. I only got better. I've tweaked. I'm a totally different person, but I really, to my core, I haven't changed. There's some really good, mature young women, and I just want to give y'all flowers. I'm proud of y'all. Look at, I like this girl. Why would I be jealous? That's like being jealous. I told Stormy said something like Stormy Rollins said she was talking about why would I be jealous of y'all? When y'all win, I win. I feel the same way about my daughters, and I feel the same way about my young girls. Y'all go ahead and represent for the culture. Go ahead, y'all. We whatever we messed up, we messed up. It's not on y'all. Do y'all thing.
In my situation, because people who don't know you or know your partner, there's no possible way that they could have.
What else did she say? I'm gonna wrap it up.
If routines, they get up, they do this in the morning.
Oh, she said they have routines. They're a little rigid. You can't change them. But I think it depends on the person. I think it depends on the person.
I think older people in general tend to be a little bit more conservative.
Oh, he was saying more conservative and more judgmental.
But yeah, that's just an example. But I think that older men tend to care a lot more about what other people think and what other people say. So in turn, they can be a little bit judgmental.
That was that old head telling me wear my skirt to my knees, my ankles.
So I would be prepared to kind of battle it out sometimes. If they will almost always think that they know better than you.
Oh, she said they're know-it-alls.
And that's not always the case. So I would be
yeah, because it automatically, well, men in general, I'm sorry, but some of y'all think y'all know it all. So that's a man, they just think they know everything. And it's okay. But some guys are really open-minded, and that's really cool. So yeah, not every guy.
That's the fact that you may not have things in common with an older gentleman.
You have to be okay with not having things in common with this older guy, but if you have the same values, like sometimes like people in my kind of thing, like I don't have a lot in common with anybody, because I can't tell you about Marvin Gaye songs. My parents was from Haiti. I can't tell you about compa. They told us we only listen to church music, right? They were like, "Who's playing that in my house? Turn it off." So, I wouldn't have music and movies in common. Maybe we have the same movies, but then I don't remember all the movies. So, as you can see, I'm used to it. And as long as you're fine with that, and we have the same common goals, we have the same, drive in life, I'm good.
You are, depending on the age gap, obviously, but like for me, so my boyfriend, like I said, he's already established in his career, he's got roots here and everything. But me, I'm just getting started. Like I'm starting out my YouTube channel.
She's like, she's just getting started. And it's a good thing for her to have somebody to kind of, lead her in the way she should go, encourage her. She says he motivates her, and she does something for him. I forgot.
I'm still learning and I'm still growing, so we're in two totally different spots. But for us, it works because we complement.
Now, one thing about the person that is not at that other person's level, don't compete with them. Don't be like, oh, one day I'll be at your, that men don't want you to compete with them. They just want you to be you.
Each other, we balance each other out very well. I calm him down a lot.
calm him down a lot. There you go. Calm him down a lot because they be stressed out for
Motivates
sure.
me a lot. So for us it works, but for other people it might not work. And that's not to say that we don't have things in common. I'm just talking more so us being in different places in our lives because we do have things in common.
So now you get somebody where you have things and everything in common, and but he don't want to get married to you, sis. Like what? Like it's one or the other. Like you know what I mean? So yeah, that's it, guys. Guys, what do you guys think about the topic? I love this topic. It's not something I wanted to talk about because I was like, I did it. But now that I'm like, when I first spoke about it, it was like an idea. But now that I had the experience in it, I'm like, yo, y'all missing out. All right, guys. So let me know what you want in the after show. What you want to say? What do you think about it? Make sure you share this with a friend. Tag a friend under the video. Spread the word out. They ain't doing nothing. Let them watch the show tonight. Wash some dishes and listen to the Ruth and Relationship Show. Thank you so much for watching the show. I bless your dating life, your married life, your family. All right. Thank you so much for watching Ruth and Relationship. Ruth and Relationship. Tell me, can you handle it? It's the Ruth and Relationship Show. Bye bye.